We have an epic ending to an extraordinary year. December astrology is a grand finale. Hello, I'm Carrie Samuels, your intuitive counselor and happiness coach with your December forecast. And you may be feeling a little bit on edge right now. We entered December in the midst of eclipse season. Eclipses are always 2 weeks apart, and we had that full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio last month, and December 4th or December 3rd, depending on where you are in the world, we have our new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius. So this 2-week period in between eclipses is always a time of heightened emotions, psychic awareness, intuitive insights, and it's a time of endings and beginnings. You are letting go of so much. People, circumstances, it's karmic. There are these big, dramatic, karmic endings right now, like how perfect for this dramatic year. So this new moon solar eclipse that's coming up on December 4th or 3rd is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is so much lighter than the Scorpio energy that you've been experiencing. And we're in the sun sign of Sagittarius until the 21st. And Sagittarius is fire. It's mutable fire. So it's all about change, and it's the archer. So it's looking toward the future, but you have to wrap some things up first. And this Sagittarius eclipse is wrapping up a set of eclipses that we've been experiencing since 2020. And eclipses are connected to the North Node and the South Node, which are about Dharma and Karma, respectively. So we're, as a collective, wrapping up this set of Sagittarius, Gemini eclipses that have taught you all about education, communication, ideas, ideals. That's what we've been changing, and everything about how we've been doing that, communication and education, has all been changing since 2020. Thankfully, we're wrapping up that set of eclipses, and we're headed into a whole new set of lessons that's going to carry us 2022 through 2023. But this is wrapping up those eclipses, and this Sagittarius eclipse is connected to our South Node, which again is karmic. It's everything we're letting go of. So Sagittarius governs your ideals, belief systems, your higher mind. So you are in the process of changing your very core, your beliefs, how you view the world, what your ideals are. And with that, you're letting go of so much. So during this time, be easy on yourself. There's a grieving period as you're letting go of everything that you once believed was right for you. So now you're headed into a whole new experience. It's exciting, but it's uncomfortable, right? So there's so many things happening this month. I have to speak quickly, and thank heavens I'm from New York. I could do that, because if I don't speak quickly, we're going to be in 2022 by the time I'm finished. Okay, so there's so much. So Venus is going retrograde in Capricorn this month, and Venus is going to be spending an unusually long time in Capricorn. It's usually in a sign 1 month out of the year, about. And now it's going to be in Capricorn for an unusually long period of time through March of 2022. So here's the thing. Venus going retrograde, it's going to be retrograde for 40 days and 40 nights, right? And we know a lot about Mercury in retrograde, but Venus is a personal planet. It travels close to the sun, and it's personal. So Venus governs everything that is near and dear to you. It literally is associated with what you value. It's everything you want to attract into your life. Love and money. It's beauty. So Venus retrograde is a time when you are reevaluating your values. And this is going to take us into next year, because this is a 40-day process, this retrograde period. And every planet in 2022 is going to be retrograde. There's a lot of lessons we're learning that each planet is going to be sharing with us. So Venus right now is teaching you to elevate your self-worth. It's teaching you what's really important. And because it's in Capricorn, it's teaching you what's sustainable. Capricorn is about things that stand the test of time. It's steady and stable. So Venus is teaching you really to have worth in things that are of value. Now, this is a lot to do with our money as well. It's not really a time for risk taking because, again, Capricorn is all about that test of time, what's timeless, what's priceless, what's stable. And it's not a time for like risky ventures in love, money. So Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn is a good time to commit more deeply in your relationships. However, while Venus is retrograde, you're going to be questioning things. You're going to be questioning the value of your relationships relative to your self-worth. And that's your relationship with money and people. It's exciting stuff, right? But you're feeling this, right? Aren't you changing everything inside of you? Isn't everything really a whole different paradigm than it was even last month? But you think back the whole year, the amount of reevaluating that you've done with the people and the circumstances in your life. It's really extraordinary. Okay, so what else is in store? So we have another really big event happening this month on Christmas, December 24th, Christmas Eve, is the third and final Saturn-Uranus square. Now, this is something that has been defining the year. Saturn has been squaring Uranus all year, and it will through a big part of next year, and it's going to be influencing us. But these squares create tension. And it's going to be an exact square. It's their third and final exact square on December 24th. So this is the tension we've been feeling all year. Saturn is about rules, boundaries, and restriction and stability. It's a little bit conservative. And it's squaring Uranus, which is the planet of freedom and revolution and liberation. It's very electric. It can be a little sudden and shocking. Uranus in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, which is about your very values and belief systems, and Earth, right? So these squares are creating tension between how to be safe and conservative and have boundaries and draw things and bring restrictions versus what your idea of freedom is. So obviously, this is playing out in the world. Everyone has a myriad of ideas about what their freedom means, and there's conflict in that. There's a lot of conflict between restrictions, rules, and freedom, and all over the world in a myriad of ways. And in your life, in your personal life, how this is playing out is, are you playing things safe at the expense of your personal freedom? Or is a different type of freedom drawing you in another direction? Or is it important to maybe play the safe game sometimes? So this polarity is really squaring right now. It's not a polarity, it's a square, which is a conflict that's happening and has been happening throughout the year, will continue to happen into 2022, but it's really coming to a head on December 24th. So do not talk politics with your family in case I need to tell you that. But in your life, you're going to be asking yourself, this tension is going to be mounting in your being about where do you need more freedom? Where do you need to play it safe? What are you doing for security? At what price? And what price is either of those things? Like, what's the cost benefit of an analysis, right? So these are some things that are coming to a head right now. But wait, there's more. On December 29th or December 28th, depending on where you live in the world, Jupiter is changing signs. Now, Jupiter Jupiter's going into Pisces, and it's going to be there for 5 more months. So Jupiter expands everything it touches. It's a larger than life energy. It's our gas giant. It's the largest planet in our solar system, and it brings optimism and abundance and joy and expansion. It's one of the social planets. So every time it changes signs, it affects our culture and our society in a big way. So when it's in Pisces, Pisces is soulful, it's intuitive, it's spiritual, and Pisces is a last sign of the zodiac. It's also about summing up the culmination of some karmic lessons as well. Pisces is compassionate, it's empathic. So when Jupiter is in Pisces, which it will be from December 29th through May of 2022, there's there's an expansion of your intuitive awareness and dreams and the sense of we're connected. It also opens up your heart to compassion and empathy. The other shadow aspects of this is that you can maybe not see things clearly. Pisces is mutable water, so sometimes it's like seeing things under the ocean, right? Like there could be delusions or escapism. Or martyrdom even. So these are some of the elements that Jupiter in Pisces brings, but it can be a very beautiful, dreamy energy that reminds us that we're one. It reminds us that we're connected. It expands your intuitive powers and your imagination. So there's a lot of beauty that comes with this. Now, because we have all this happening right now, I want to give you some guidelines as to how to make the most of this energy. And I know that I usually give action steps, what to do, but I also want to include some action steps about what not to do. Because with Venus retrograde and Jupiter in Pisces, your ideas can be, there can be some things that you're not seeing things clearly. So, with Venus retrograde, the first thing not to do, especially as it's retrograde in Capricorn, do not, right now, while Venus is retrograde, do not invest in large, like anything that requires a big investment. It is not advised to make big investments in money or sometimes love when Venus is retrograde, because your values are changing. It's one of those things where you think things are worth some more when you're looking at it when Venus is retrograde, and then afterwards you're like, oh my God, really? Why that's not valuable to me anymore. Or and again, Venus in Capricorn is about things having, very time tested. Capricorn's more conservative. So you want to be conservative with how you're spending and investing your money right now. Also, like when let's say you're about to sign a lease even for a house or a home. And when you're looking at it, it looks like you think, oh, sure, okay, I can handle linoleum tiles. That's not bad. I can deal with that. And then afterwards, when Venus goes direct and it's time for you to move in, you think, why did I do that? I can't stand looking at this every single day. So which brings me to another thing too. The second thing not to do when Venus is retrograde is don't make any major changes to any aesthetics, right? So elective cosmetic surgery, you may not be seeing what you want clearly when you're going into it, or even just don't cut off all your hair kind of thing, or get a tattoo, because what you think is beautiful or is a good idea while Venus is retrograde, afterwards you're like, why did I do that? I don't like this. That's very probable. So these are some don't suggestions when Venus is retrograde. So I have some things to do for you during this time as well, this incredible month. So as you're looking back on this extraordinary year, it's been busy, it's been dramatic, it's been a little bit mashugana, right? There's just so much happened this year that you may not have gotten a lot of your goals achieved, especially since your goals have changed many, many times. You know, it's easy to look back and think you haven't done enough. So here's an action step that you can do this year, is to look at what you've done and what you've achieved rather than what you haven't. Really value, as you're evaluating, which is what this Venus is teaching you to do, evaluate your credits rather than your debits. And this is something, it's more of a spiritual nature as well. It's not just like, oh, I achieved this or this or this financially or whatever, or productively. It's about who you are as a person. Now, isn't that one thing that you're learning to value more, is the spiritual aspects of life and the emotional aspects of life? So as you're looking back on this year, which is helpful to do, evaluate what you've accomplished as a human being, as a spiritual being having a human experience. Take a look back and think of, wow, I'm a different person and I've grown, and this is how and this is why. So do that and it will really change your perspective, and it's a perfect activity during these times. Now, I have a second action step for you to do, and that is to point your arrow toward the future, which is what Sagittarius teaches you, and think about what you want instead of what you don't want, because there has been a lot of what you don't want. And this, again, this is what these eclipses are bringing. The eclipses are teaching you what you don't want and what you're letting go of. And there's been a lot of it. I mean, a lot. So during this time, take time this month and really ask yourself, okay, I know what I don't want, but what do I want? What am I headed toward? And really point your arrow, aim in that direction. And here's a third action step, is to feel what that's like, to experience it. Feel what it's like to be in your new reality with your new value system and your new ideals and all the experiences and the people and all that comes with that. Feel your way into it as if it's really happening. Now, I have something that's going to help you. Every year when the calendar changes, the numerology changes for the year. That's our universal year number. And your numerology changes. Your personal year number helps you understand what your numerology is for the whole entire year based on your birth date. And there are a lot of unique spiritual lessons, emotional lessons, financial, career information that you can get from your personal year number. It really helps you focus your energy. It helps you understand how best to invest your time, your energy, your resources, what your opportunities are, what your challenges are. So you can get your personal year numerology guide using that link below, and it is absolutely free. So I highly recommend that you download that right now. And it's so much fun too when you understand how the universe is syncing up with what your experience is. So download that using the link below. And if you really want to go into a deep dive about your personal numerology as it relates to the universal year and the numerology for the year, the astrology for the year, month-to-month guidance, my Divining 2022 Forecast and Healing really goes into a deep dive. We have a complex and interesting year coming up. And I really want you to have all the tools that you need to be prepared emotionally, spiritually, physically. So that's really going into everything that you're going to need to prepare for the year ahead. So I'm going to include a link to that below as well. And we have an incredible year coming up. I want to make sure that you know everything. So also make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, because I am going to keep you posted about everything. So make sure you are subscribed and hit that bell to be notified when I come out with a new video. And if you've enjoyed this, share it with your friends and your loved ones. I know they will appreciate you for it. And I am wishing you an absolutely incredible, extraordinary December and a happy new year. Let's make this an incredible month, and let's go into this year with joy and enthusiasm. I love you so much. Lots of love. Bye for now.